hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer.
What is going on, entertainers? So time comes out with another video. We talking bad only. Before I get started, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what y'all think about this video. Now the episode opens up. By the way, y'all, this is on my peep. Let me see if y'all peeped it too. Lex, I see what you're doing. Lex made sure, I'm talking about Big Lex, okay? She made sure to include her song because the girl's been living for LaRue intro song, okay? I said, oh, isn't that quite peculiar? Like, I peeped that. Like, right after the intro played, we hear, you know, the Big Lex song. It's something with like a bad, okay? Really, the intro really should have been like, I'm a bad bitch, because I'm a super, 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 super bad. But I like LaRue's song too. It's catchy. So we pick up where we left off. Tori ends up running up on OG Barbie. She stands there like stuck with like a D face, like confused. Why? I don't know. Because it's like if somebody is coming at you like that, regardless if they're bigger than you or not, girl, you better swing. You better swing for your life and don't look back. She literally stood there like a mannequin. I was confused as hell. It didn't make any sense to me. Move, girl. Okay? Like, what is really up with you? Tori ends up buka baka. I'm talking about like, she looked like she put her weight into the head. She said book. She said book. Like she put her whole thigh weight into the head. I feel like OG Barbie, it made her step back a few inches. That's how hard the hit looked. Okay. Lex killed me in the kitchen because she was like, she asked her straight up, she said, why would you let her walk up on you like that? I thought the same thing. Regardless if you're a fighter or not, if you're not a fighter, girl, run. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't let you walk up on you so you can pop me. Because if we're having a argument, conversation, whatever you want to call it, there is no reason you need to walk up on me unless you're about to hit me. That's the only thing that makes any sense. Okay? So they end up taking Tori away. OG Barbie gonna talk about like, I didn't know that she was gonna hit me like that. Like, you know the term like fight somebody your own size? I thought it was gonna be like that. I'm like, girl, that don't exist on that as TV. Have you seen Billy? Ain't nobody her size, and she's squabbling the bitches. What you thought this was? I'm sorry. I found it so funny she said that because it's like we never really see nobody on that as TV like say something like that. So that was hilarious to me. She said, "Fight somebody your own size." Like, I thought it would be like that. Okay. Now we find out OG Barbie's been talking crap about a lot of the girls. I'm not surprised because something about her aura, although I think Tori was doing a little bit much, I feel like Tori did that in order to establish her dominance. She wanted the other girls to know, like, hey, I'm not to be messed with. And you know, I'm gonna pop you if y'all mess with me, right? It was sort of that vibe. So that's why I think she did what she did. But OG Barbie gives me the type that talks crap. She gives me that type, like that sneaky type that says a lot of stuff. But when she's confronted about it, she's like, no, I didn't mean it that way. Like that type of vibe. Okay. Tori's just like, you know, OG Barbie, you talking all that, but I think you a demon. I think you are a talker, and I think you are the devil's child. So at the end of the day, I'm always in the whooping you. And that's on Boomerclot. The moment you see Tori start getting up with the Boomerclot, OG, you should have run. You're me. Ran. So the girls are all gathered. Gorgeous Doll is sort of putting up the other girls up on game of what OG Barbie did. Apparently, OG Barbie been talking crap about Milan, and she went and told Zindall that OG Barbie called her catfish. We gonna have to stop talking about this whole catfish situation. Like, it's so irritating because there's a couple girls all here that's catfish, and we gonna talk about the catfish later on. Okay, we gonna talk about the cat because I'm gonna tell y'all because from somebody who's a photographer who edits, and I'm talking about I edit people, graphics, I edit everything. I could tell an edited picture from a mile away. So I'm gonna put you up on game about who's the real catfish. Okay, so they all start sort of talking about what OG Barbie is doing, and then they head to, I guess, the yacht. They're supposed to go on this boat or whatever, right? So before they get on the boat, it's time for eliminations, okay? In my Nicole voice. Nicole, y'all, is playing Natalie. This scene was one of the funniest scenes on TV I've seen in a minute. Nicole comes in, she's just like, so guys, it's time for eliminations, okay? So, as you can see, I'm not gonna be eliminated, Bob. So we're gonna be eliminating some of you girls. I want you all to line up. So she stands there and she starts telling the girls who she wants to go home. First, Nicole starts with the sisters. She said, Bonnie and the other your sister. I'm not gonna lie, babe. Y'all not really doing a lot. So y'all gonna have to pack up your bags and go. Okay? And then the next girl she goes for is Zindall. She's just like, so Zindall, you've been really sleeping and you haven't been really giving nothing, babe. So it's time for you to go, right? The moment she called her out, all of a sudden Zindall decides to start speaking. I'm like, where was this all this time? Like, had you been this confrontational and been talking as much as you were during the eliminations, you might have stayed. So she started sort of talking back to Nicole. She was just like, it's cool. It's just because you intimidated. That's all that it is. Okay. Next thing you know, Nicole ends up calling out Blue Jasmine. She goes, Blue Jasmine. Where Blue Jasmine at? Okay, there she go. Okay, Blue Jasmine, you should be grateful. Look, wait. Shut up. You should be grateful that I'm not eliminating you. Okay? So you gonna respect my shit. Okay? Talk to me nice, babe. Or you can go. Okay, Nicole is just like, yeah, Jasmine's like, you want to keep me here because you want to eat my punani. Nicole's like, no. Talk to me nice or you can go. Okay? And then Nicole proceeds to go, I gave you a storyline, babe. And guess what the storyline is? It's me, babes. When I tell y'all, I scream. She said, it's me, babes. It's me. And I want you to stay so I can complete you. My whole thing is, it's you stealing lines, Nicole. Now you DTB talking about you want to complete her. Girl, bye. I don't know why Nicole be acting all roddy about it. Like she whooping anybody. I think Blue Jasmine would tear Nicole, and she knows that. So I don't know why she be doing all that huffing and puffing like the Powerpuff Girls or something, because the way that Blue Jasmine will probably tear her out the frame, I don't think Nicole ready for that. Like she gonna pop an implant or something. Okay. Do I think Blue Jasmine is Nicole Blue Jasmine storyline? Yes, but also Blue Jasmine is Nicole's storyline. So y'all work hand in hand. Bob. Come on, Bob. Like, come on. It's the truth. Okay. Zindall is pissed. She starts going off. She's just like, it's okay. It's intimidation, babe. Y'all eliminated me because y'all intimidated by me. And you just mad because I'm not sitting around kissing your ass. I'm not going to do that. As a bad bitch, I don't do that, okay? Nicole is like, wait. I'm intimidated by you? Wait, girls. They keep saying the same thing about you. You keep sleeping. You sleep. Okay? That's what you do. Am I wrong, girls? Come on. So all the girls are just like, they sort of in agreement because of that. But Zindall wasn't having it. Zindall was pissed. Lex even had to check her, was just like, hey, like, what you mean we kiss her ass? Because a lot of us are friends with Nicole, so what you trying to say? And, she sort of backpedaled and pussy pot and really didn't, it meant to what she was saying. But she really was saying, a lot of y'all kiss Nicole ass and y'all don't call her out on her ish. Because she be popping it and, she don't really be doing nothing and y'all don't say nothing. Okay? My whole thing is, with these shows, the problem is they pick them because either they're pretty as hell or they could squabble. A lot of these newer reality shows, they're starting to lack on casting girls with personality. And that's where Zeus is sort of lacking, because they don't be casting a lot of girls with personality and they be getting casted just because they could squabble, and then they get on the show and they're boring as hell. They don't make you laugh. They don't give you no think pieces. They give you nothing. Okay? Just a good squabble, and that's really about it. So that's why I agree with the people that she picked. It made sense. I mean, some of the girls didn't even know that there were sisters there. Like, that's horrible. How you and your sister there and people don't know that you and your sister there? Like, that's crazy. The sisters going home was sort of sad. They give me more so mob wives sort of vibes. They give me like cartel crew. I wish they could bring back the cartel crew because they would be perfect on that show. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the aesthetic and vibe that they get me. Okay. Next we got Milan versus Zindall. Now I got some thoughts about this because this whole strip club 9 to 5 situation kind of went viral, and I have some thoughts. By the way, Big Lex is in her producer bag this season. Before they got on the boat, they was gonna have Zindall and Milan confront each other on the boat. She gonna talk about, oh, let the girls have a few drinks in. When the girls get a few drinks in, they say what's on their mind. I said, oh, Lex, I see what the hell you doing, girl. You try to get these girls drunk with boots down so that way they could squabble. I see exactly what you're doing, okay? Okay, now let's talk about catfish of it all. Like I said, I am an editor and I edit photos. I've edited bad bitches, ugly bitches, small bitches, big bitches. Okay, Milan to me is the catfish. Let me tell you why. Milan Milan edits her pictures using the warp tool. See, I'm breaking it all down for y'all. She thins her face out on Instagram, but on the show and in real life, you can see that her face is thicker and more squarer than what she appears on Instagram. It's a lot more coiffed and it's a lot more shaven and thinner. It's a tool called the warp tool where you could sort of like align that and minimize that. That's what Milan does. Even in this picture, you could kind of see it a little bit, but more so on her Instagram because those are her personal pictures. That's all I'm saying. So to me, in my opinion, the person who looks more like the catfish is Milan. I don't think it's Zindall. Zindall is surgery made, clearly, but she looks like that on Instagram and in real life. I don't see a difference. I'm sorry. Okay. Do I think Zindall's the prettiest girl out here? No. But do I think she's catfish? No. Catfish, the definition of catfish is you not being the same person as you are in real life, looking the same in real life. She looks the same. Milan, I can't say the same. Okay. So she starts asking Zendal, she's like, hey, I heard you said that I'm catfish or whatever. Like, what's up with that? And then Zendal was just like, well, you shouldn't have been talking about me, babe. Okay. So Nicole coded. You know who her and Nicole are friends. She's like, you shouldn't be talking about me, babe. You said that I'm catfish. So I just said that I think you catfish too, babe. Yeah. So then Malaz like, wait, what do you mean? What you trying to say with that or whatever? She's just like, well, I think you're fly, okay? But it's just like, I think you are a little catfish. And then they start going back and forth. Zindar goes, well, if I was in New York, if you went through New York and you auditioned for Starlets, I don't think they would hire you, babe. I said, ooh. Malak goes, oh, I wouldn't want to work in no bar. You talking about? You don't even own a business. Zindar was like, I do own a business, babe. I do own a business, babe. Okay. She's like, you a 9 to 5 type of how? Here's the thing. Why you got something against the 9 to 5s? No shame, Milan. I'm a hypocrite because I don't mess with 9 to 5s no more. It's just not for me. I'm telling y'all, like, I really did try. I swear to God, like, the age that I'm at, I've been working a lot of 9 to 5s throughout my life. I know I'm not that old, whatever, but like, I've been working a lot of 9 to 5s, and it's just like I realized that like I'm a creative. I'm not the type of person who like could stay structured and follow these rules and like meanwhile the management doesn't even follow it themselves and they're lazy as hell and they put all this work on you. I'm just not that type of nigga. It's like I come to that realization. I'm the type of nigga that works a trade. You feel me? Not a nigga trade, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Like a trade career type of shit. That's the type of person that I am. It's just not for me anymore. I'm sorry. Like I've just come to that realization. Boom. Right? Anyways, so she's just like, I got a business, babe. So my whole thing is, although it's not for me, I would never diss with a 9 to 5 because it's like I've worked it for. I just left one of mine recently, so it's just like you gotta do what you gotta do to get your coin. So I ain't mad at you. Okay, what Tupac said, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. So get your money, how you get it. Okay. So I would never diss with a 9 to 5. All right, but I do get what she was saying because it's like, how you gonna tell me I wouldn't be good enough for a job when I own my own ish? That's what Milan was sort of getting at. But let's not ever diss Starlets. The baddest of bitches came from Starlets. Okay, we got Dream Dual. It was the way Lex was looking at Zindall in that scene. The way she was looking at her was crazy. Next thing you know, Milan's just like, she's standing there, and then she ends up hitting Zindall. She boot, mind you, they were playing a alley cat fight. I call that an alley cat squabble because the way they were scratching each other up like they was some damn alley cats. I'm like, what is going on? Like Milan. Here's the thing. This is why Milan bothers me to see this with this show. She acts all tough about it, but was not like that and didn't give a lot of energy on Young and Reckless when Baby Tyson took your wig. I'm talking about she took your wig, ran, and installed it. Like that's the ultimate disrespect. Not only she stole from you, she wore it. So it's like, how the hell were you so, how the heck are you so bad about it now? But then it was like you didn't have that same energy. It's because these girls is not on that type of timing like them Young and Reckless girls. Because you would have never done that to the Young and Reckless girls because they would have tore you out the frame and your Lord for a quad bob. I'm just saying, like, let's just be real here. That's why Milan sort of irritates me on the show because like we seen you before and like you wasn't on this type of timing. So I guess something changed, right? Also, we see Dave start cat fighting whatever. LaRue said she thought Edward Scissorhands came up out there because the way they was scratching and pulling, we know Zindall not no damn fighter. Like we see that from Zindall. Like she's the type of girl, she gets her money back and she minds her business. Okay, her implants is too big for her to be squabbling like that. Like let's be real here. Okay, so they end up fighting whatever. They end up separating. Nicole was screaming bloody murder, bitch. Nicole was like, ah, no, Milan. Nicole was screaming bloody murder during that scene because she did not want her friends to get squabbled up like that, which I don't even blame her because Milan, you was doing a lot. He was doing a lot. Okay. So the fight ends up getting separated. We see them getting put in like two different directions. And then next thing you know, we see the eliminated girls all sitting. They was sitting there like they missed the plane. You know, when you miss a flight, you just sitting there all confused and combobulated. Like, damn, this plane really left without me. It was sort of like that. Like they was just all sitting down, like very disappointed. Zindal was like, I do this, I book, Airbnbs, and, I'm a baller. Like, I don't need this, okay? I don't need this, like, at all. Like, at the end of the day, I get money, right? So they end up packing their stuff, they end up leaving. The sisters are like, y'all gonna see us again. I don't know about that, but I like them. They're cute. They're very, very gorgeous. Like, they're grown. You know what I'm saying? Like, Babs only, like, don't get me wrong, there are older ladies, not older ladies. They're older women on this show, but it's like they give me like, wives. You feel me? Like they give me like mob wives to sort of tease. So Tori ends up talking to OG Barbie doll. Let me tell you, Tori is slick. She played an OG Barbie doll face. Like the way that she apologized and not really apologized has to be applauded. Like you could tell she don't really feel sorry for what she did. She just feel a little bad because she popped that girl. Okay. OG Barbie dolls was like, oh, like I'm not gonna lie, like it's not even what you said or whatever that hurt. It's the fact that you would hit me and what you said that really hurt me. So it's like that is what shocked me. I'm like, sigh, sigh. Okay, sigh. Why would you still not defend yourself? That's my whole thing. Win, lose, or draw, you should have defended yourself, OG Barbie doll. Don't let her walk up on you with that with her big boomer clot. She gonna come up in there with the big boomer clot. Anytime Tori come with the big boomer clot, you got something to do. Like you got something to worry about. The big boomer clot. You're big. So Milan ends up joining the conversation. Milan's like, oh, I heard my name. So like you were being messy. So we have this agreement now on like we're gonna be cool and you're not gonna talk about me, right? So they sort of apologized it out. Tori ends up hugging OG Barbie doll after she asked for a hug, which couldn't have been me, but teach his own. And then we have a meeting of the bad bitches between Milan and Tori, and basically both of them make an alliance to sort of get the weak bitches out. You know what I'm saying? This is like Bad Bitch Survivor. So they're thinking, oh, Tori wants to get OG Barbie doll out. Milan wants to get Zindall out. Which you're so pressed over Zindall, it don't even make any sense, babe. Zindall, we need to get you a new bralette. No shade, because that bralette is going to bust out the seams. That bralette is going to pop Nicole in the eye. It is too tight. I'm scared for your implant. Like, that is crazy. So Nicole and Big Lex are clearly the Natalie and Rolly of the season. So they're the ones in charge of the girls. So Nicole decides to sit down Zindall with Milan. And this conversation really irritated me because Milan clearly just wants to start with Zindall a little bit for storyline purposes. She wants to get her up out of there. Both of them scratched up in the face. Nicole's like, okay, we need to have a conversation between you two ladies because, like, this my friend at the end of the day. Okay. So they start talking. And then Zindall starts basically defending herself. She's like, you want to talk about working for Starlets? But I make 20K a night. I make 40K a night. Okay. And I'm like, I don't think this is a lie at all because Dream has even talked about this herself about how she made a lot of money in Starlets. So I don't think there's no cap in that girl rap. Okay. Next thing you know, they start to argue, they start to go back and forth, they start to go back and forth. Milan starts to get up, talking like, give me a hug, Zindall. Sort of walks up on her. They start calling each other, maids, talking like, you could clean my toilet. No shade, Milan. You look like the toilet cleaner, not Zindall. It's no shade. You look like the toilet cleaner, not Zindall, and that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, who to me is a batter B? It has to be Zindall, not because of her beauty or her looks, just because of her aura and the way that she act. Because she's not the type that's gonna have to do a lot to prove herself. Milan is that type. So Blue Jasmine and Nicole are outside and they're like arguing again. I don't know why Nicole. Just the thing with Nicole that irritates me. Anytime she gets into it with somebody, and we've seen it happen on the other show she was on. Child, I forget the damn name. Y'all know what show I'm talking about. Where she was getting into it with Selena Powell, and she wouldn't say the reason why they had beef, and she wouldn't actually have a conversation with her. Like, we never got to an end conclusion with that. It just was a whole lot of yelling, and it was just a whole lot of confusion. That's what irritates me with Nicole. We can never have a full-on finished conversation, and it's irritating as hell. So they start going back and forth. Next thing you know, where Mommy G come from, who knows? Mommy G's usually always drunk. She comes in the middle of the scene, and she's just like, I don't know what you bitches talking about. Like, you bitches drunk, you bitches drunk, you bitches is weird. Like, I gotta take a shit. Like, oh my god. She comes in the middle of it, and Nicole's just like, Bob, get out. I don't know where you come from, Bob. And like, she sort of pushes her away. And then LaRue is just like, are you drunk? Are you drunk? Like, what's wrong with you? Are you drunk? And she sort of puts her hand in LaRue's face. Am I surprised? No. Like I told y'all, Miami, Mommy G, I said Miami. Mommy G gives me the type, it be them girls that like, they think that they're better than. And she one of them girlies. You feel me? She one of them girls. That's why she put her face in LaRue, her hand in LaRue's face like that, because she sees LaRue as like, less than, right? So after that happens, LaRue basically threatens her like, do you need that? You want that? I need that. Like, she give one of those. She walks away. Next thing you know, LaRue's upstairs talking. Tori messy ass gonna get LaRue's like, hey, Mommy G's popping it about you. Mommy G is downstairs. LaRue come down there. LaRue's like, I'm not with that. I heard you was popping. I heard you was popping it. Mommy G smoking on that damn vape. She like, she's smoking a vape. She's smoking a vape. LaRue's just like, what you mean? You need that? What you want to do? Mommy G smoking it. She's just like, I don't know what you want me to do, babe. What we gonna do? What we gonna do? I'm sitting here. I'm not messing with you. I'm smoking my vape. It's strawberry flavor. The strawberry is really good. I'm smoking. Next thing you know, this bitch named LaRue messing with me, and I'm standing there. I'm not really wanting to fight, but if she fight, I'm gonna hit her, right? LaRue just go in and swing on her, and they start to get the tussling. I will say, LaRue, you could have did a little better but then again, it's like Mommy G is a giraffe neck at hoe. Like she's tall. That is like a zebra. So it's like LaRue's fighting a zebra. That's not an easy task. I'm just saying. And the episode is off there. This show, y'all, I'm really enjoying it because it's natural and it's funny. It don't seem too produced. That's what I like about it. Like you can tell they're not telling the girls to do certain things and say certain things, which I love. So it's hilarious to me. Let me know what y'all think down below about this episode. Do y'all agree with the eliminations? And we are babies.
No personal thing.